she doesn't know. Nobody knows. My name is Stark moves because he made my suit, but that's it. Are you on that? Basically, you can't tell anybody about this. You gotta keep it a secret. Secret what? You know what she's like. If she finds out people try and kill me every single night, she's not going to do this anymore. Come on, man, please. Okay. I'll let with you. I don't think I can keep this a secret. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, Peter. May cannot know. I cannot do that to her right now. You know? When everything was happening with her, please. It's just her, okay? Thank you. I can't believe this is happening right now. Can I try the suit on? No. How does it work? Is it magnets? How do you shoot the strings? I'm gonna tell you about the suit tomorrow, okay? Great. Okay, wait a minute. How do you do this? The Stark internship. This is the Stark internship. Oh,
What's the matter? Love larb. Too larby? Not larby enough. How many times do I have to say larb before you talk to me?
Stress the internship. I'm tired.
The Stark internship. I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of that Tony Stark. I'm distracted all the time. It's got you in your head.
Because I know she can be a little bit pushy. Yeah, I'm Tisham. I'm a first year student at U Ottawa in software engineering. I graduated from Immaculata, so yeah.
Well, you know Miss Rothen then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so now we know where it came from. Okay.
All right. I think I'm gonna get started. I think we're probably gonna have as many people as we're gonna have. But yeah, everyone's welcome here. You know, I hope to make some cool stuff with all of you. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Share screen. Okay, that was not clean as I wanted it to be. All right. So first, thank you for coming, everyone. I hope you're ready to hear me talk because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. But I'll throw out a question every now and then to, just to see how you're doing. So first, everybody is welcome. This is a developer competition. A developer is a person or a thing that develops something. For this competition, we're developing apps or some other type of technology. The only requirement for whatever we make is it has to use some sort of Google technology. So what is the Solution Challenge? It's a competition that's run by Google to challenge young developers to make a difference in your community. This challenge has a big emphasis on helping people, right? You're not making an app just, you're making it partially for fun, but a big part of it is that it's an idea to help out the community in some way. How it's going to work is we're going to identify problems, brainstorm solutions, and then submit them for the Solution Challenge. And then the winners will get a bunch of, they basically get, they get a bunch of services from Google to take their app to the next level, right? For this competition, you're really going to shoot for that minimum viable product so you can get your video done and your submission finished by the end of March. And in terms of time, and also for this competition, it's important to note that it is very much, it's got a very large focus on a design competition, on design for an app competition. So like you see, impact is 50%, and that's all just design, how the solution will really help people's lives. And this is great because the competition, the timeline's really short, right? You've got really 2 months of development to submit your minimum viable product. but you have to figure out before you even start developing how it's going to help people, because if it doesn't help people, you don't get any points. In terms of technology, really the most important thing is, once more, that it addresses the actual problem. You have a specific problem statement and it addresses that problem statement, and it should use some sort of Google technology. You know, you could make a VR app, you could make like a device as well. The only requirement is that it uses something from Google, which is a lot more broad than you think. React is technically a Google thing, believe it or not, and that it is scalable. Scalability is a small part of it. The idea being that you can sort of roll it out, manufacture a lot of them, or have a website that can service thousands or millions of users with small tweaks. In terms of rules, first, it must address a specific problem. So that's great, because we're gonna go out there and we're gonna actually go and find problems. It's hard with coronavirus because it's hard to talk to people, but eventually we'll be able to go out. But even with coronavirus, we'll be able to send some emails, have some video meetings, figure out what exactly people want, what would actually help people, maybe what would help musicians or restaurants, what will encourage people to exercise, right? The project is developed between February 1st and March 30th. January is more of it's supposed to be a design month, so a month where you really go into details on what you're going to make and how you're going to make it, what technologies you're going to use. You know, is it going to be more client side heavy, more back end heavy, and to really make sure that you have a very strong idea to start with. The submission should include what you're submitting is a link to a repository and a 2-minute video that describes what your app is and how it works, right? Once more, most of these apps are not, they're partially ready, like they'll function, but you can't, you know, if you look closely at the videos, you'll notice some problems. Like they're not finished, right? And that's fine. That's completely fine, because there's only 2 months to develop it. This is sort of a timeline. I already kind of went through this, so I'll just jump over it. And why you should compete, why you should do this challenge. First, is it's fun, right? You go out and you actually apply the stuff you learn in school, or you actually find ways to use your own skills to help people, right? You find, and you meet new people as well. You develop stronger friendships with people that you actually do something with, right? You can go out, you know, maybe it's hard with coronavirus, but you could go out, get a pizza or get some drinks with your team, you know, talk about how you're going to make the app, what you're going to do. Or maybe if you can't do that, then there's also online board games. Maybe play some Civ with your team, just as a bonding experience. And second is experience, right? I had 15 co-op interviews for the winter, and all of those in the first 2 weeks of co-op, or when 2 weeks after the NAV opened, right? And every single interview, I was asked, hey, what experience do you have with group work? What are some challenges you had when you worked as a group, right? And this is one of the ways you can actually get some stories to tell people, right? You know, did your team work well? Like you all had very well defined roles, you worked hard towards an objective, you know, everything went smoothly? Or did you have some guy that just didn't do anything, right? Even if you have that, you'll probably have that guy realistically. But you have a story. You have a story you can tell people at the end of this. And when people ask, what did you do during coronavirus? You can say, oh, well, I made this cool app that does such and such and helps this group of people, right? Instead of just saying like, I don't know, I watched Netflix the whole time, which, yeah. Also, in terms of the solution challenge, if you want to actually finish this solution challenge, you need to be able to have SMART goals. And you've probably heard this before, but it's reiterated over and over because it works. SMART, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based goals. And you have to keep setting them for every week, for every month. Of course, some people won't do this, and that's fine as well, right? It's just that if you do this, then you have a much higher chance of actually completing your app, your minimum viable product, and your video for the end of the challenge. So there's a lot of a project management aspect too to the challenge, which is very interesting for more extroverted people. Yeah. My own goals are I want to get 5 submissions from U Ottawa this year, and to make sure everyone has fun. In terms of 5 submissions, I'm just, for my goals, I'll count like any high school students that join, of course. We could have a high school team. If you guys just finish, that accomplishes my goals. And the reason I'm going over this is to emphasize that I will be here to help you to do whatever you need to do, okay? I love doing this stuff, and I really, really want to help you to make something really, really cool. And your goals are going to be to have fun, right? First of all, there's no point in you're doing this voluntarily, right? You'll ideally make something really cool, but the number one goal is to have fun. Have fun with it. Have fun really pushing the boundaries and making something really neat. And the second goal is, of course, to actually finish the challenge, which is very hard. Like if you finish, it doesn't sound hard, but even large universities like University of Toronto or University of Texas, Dallas, they have like, maybe 1 or 2 submissions, 1 or 2 people groups that actually complete the challenge. If we can have more, then that is amazing. If we can even have, even if we get a couple good submissions in, that's great. But I'd like to have 5. And we'd like to have 5 because we're all a team in this, which I want to emphasize, because we're the U Ottawa Solution Challenge team. We're going to push. We're going to work together. We're going to be sort of a community to work together to help each other achieve our goals. So, oftentimes that just means talking about stuff, right? You just talk. Hey, who was I just talking to? Mithra, I'm having trouble with this. I don't know anything about embedded design.
Me neither.
Wait, you don't? I thought you were. Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
You're just joking. Okay, cool. Hey, Mithra, can you help me? I don't know, make this custom circuit board for my real cookie clicker, right? We can ask each other for help, and then Mithra could ask me like, hey Jack, I need help with I don't know, making this website, with making my API keeps getting stuck or something, right? We'll be able to work together or talk to each other about the solutions, the common challenges we face to really accomplish some great stuff. Was that someone coming in? No, that's not the one coming in. All right. So this is entirely optional. This is just a service I'm sort of providing for anyone that wants it, which is a Max meeting. It's just a weekly meeting where 10 to 30 minutes, once more, to sort of cut down on that procrastination, to be able to make sure we go from goal to goal to really accomplish something over the semester. And I got this from my window cleaning business because I had a coach, and we had these Max meetings every week. This one will be with your team. So we'll go over what your goals are for next week, what went well in the previous week, and what we can change about sort of your routine and your plans to really get the most out of your time. We're also going to have an end of month meeting, an end of month. It's sort of like a sharing session where in January, we'll present what you did, what your idea is. We'll each present our ideas, and then we'll do something fun at the end, something as a team. In February, you'll probably have some sort of basic prototype, maybe a little with some customer feedback. So as you go, and we'll same thing. We'll present what we've done, and then have some fun. March, we'll have final submissions. I want to do something special for March because that's the end of the competition. So, you know, I'd like to have, if it weren't for coronavirus, I would have loved to have some sort of a party with all the contestants at the end. To say, you know, we did it type thing. But I'm still working on how we're going to do that for March. So stay tuned if you're still for if you compete, and we'll figure something out. But these are once more just to build the community, to get everyone involved, to get everyone, you know, talking to each other, and to you know, to make sure we all do great work. And now I have the Solution Challenge team sign up form. If you would like to participate in the Solution Challenge or the Solution Challenge as a team, the Solution Challenge team, or if you would like the coaching, then you can sign up here. I don't know, I'm not sure if you can scan that QR code, but if not, you can see the links there. So you can, the Discord, that is the UODSC Discord. I highly recommend going on there to find a team. If you don't have a team yet, we have a channel specifically for finding a team. And in terms of the team sign up, that is over there. So if you already have a team, or even if you don't have a team, just leave a comment in the bottom box saying you're still looking for a team, and we'll find someone. We'll help you find someone. I'm going to leave that on the screen for a couple seconds. Does anyone have any questions?
Hi, I just have one question. Like, I just opened the form and it says team name, but I don't have anything right now.
Yeah, then you can just put in whatever for that field. Put in your name, email address, and then at the bottom in the comment, in the suggestion box, you can just put, I'm looking for a team.
Sure.
Perfect, thanks.
So like, what kind of like level of skill do you need to have to like join a team? Like, I know you said like it's mostly like like the idea, right? Like
it's not in terms of skill level. If you're looking to win, it would take a lot of skill. But if you just want to participate, you just want to have a team, you don't really need that much skill. It's open for everybody. Yeah, ideally you'd find a team of people with a sort of similar skill level to you, and then you can and figure it out how it goes. But there's no like baseline or requirements to join the team.
Okay.
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, if I sign up for the team sign up form, I still don't have a team, right? So would you be assigning people with various different skills, or is that just a random basis?
If you ask, I'm going to put my email in the chat. If you send me an email saying you want to be assigned a team, I'll see if I can, I'll pair you guys up together. But if not, then like I really, but I'm not going to pair you up with a team, like unless you specifically ask for it.
Yeah, right. No, I get that. But my question was, would we be assigned with random participants, or are you gonna um, segregate everyone according to a certain skill level?
No, there's no, we're not going to segregate anyone according to skill level. It's going to be, yeah, we're not going to segregate anyone according to skill level. You can be partners with whoever you want to be partners with. You could do the challenge alone if you like, but it's a lot of work to do alone.
Yeah, and it's also more fun if it's if you're part of a team anyways.
Yeah, the whole point is to be part of a team. It would be kind of, it would be kind of rough to do it alone.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. All right, so for us to get a team from you guys, should we send a separate email or should we just put that in the suggestions box at the?
Yeah, just put it in the suggestions box. If you want to email me, my email's in the chat now.
Okay.
So just if you want, yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, if you have any concerns or questions, yeah.
I don't see where I should like let you know that I need a team.
Just let me just open the form. SC. SC team sign up. In here. So if you see my screen right now, there's this thing where you can put suggestions. Just put looking for a team in there, or send, yeah. If you want me to find you a team, send me an email, and I'll see what I can find.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
I have a question.
Yeah, shoot.
Like, should I leave if I have like zero coding experience?
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have no coding experience, that's fine. We will. Obviously, we can't teach you to code in a short amount of time, but design. I've mentioned this a lot. Design is a huge part of this. You know, you need people. I don't know what your experience is exactly, but you need people who can talk to people. You need people who can get real feedbacks and have real conversation with the client about what, not the client, but potential users about what they would want. You need people to, a lot of the, you know, if you use something like Adobe XD, you can make the user interface without really knowing that much coding at all. There's lots to do if you don't know how to code, but you're probably going to be with at least 2 people that are good with coding.
Hi, I had another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said your goal was to submit 5 projects from U Ottawa.
Yeah.
So are you going to be selecting only 5, or are you going to be submitting as many as you get?
No, I'm going to submit, or you got, it's not actually, there's a separate sign up form that's for Google, that's on the Google Solution Challenge website, which I should have put in the chat, but there's actually where you're going to sign up yourselves, and you're going to, where you sign up yourselves. If you want, like, you could skip all of this and do the challenge on your own terms. Of course, it's not going to go as well if you don't have people to talk to about it, right? But this is something sort of we're adding on top.
Right. Are we only allowed to select team members who are a part of the club, or could it be anyone from the school?
They do need to be a part of our club. The requirements for joining our club are very low. Like, I I got, you need to go essentially go to our DSR Club website, which I'll put that in the, or I don't have the URL memorized.
Once you're on the
but-
website, you can just join, right?
Yeah, if you go on the website, you just click join, you type in your email address, your name, and then you're in. Or you log in with Google and then you're in.
Right. Also, is it, are you guys going to be providing a minimal technical assistance once we've decided what a project is?
Yeah, that's, yes. So I'll help you in any way I can. If I can't help you, I'll try to find somebody who can. It obviously depends hugely on what your project is.
Right.
But my primary role is to help you with finding. Well, one of my roles is to help you with finding technical assistance. Yeah. If a lot of people are struggling with something, also we'll have an event. The learning and dev team can make an event to sort of, what was I saying? All right. So is everyone ready to keep going? All right, I'm gonna take that as a yes, because I think we gotta keep going. So I'll be able to answer more questions at the end if you come up with any. I love hearing from you. But I'm going to talk a bit about team construction. And the most important thing of team construction is diversity. Ideally, you'd have 4 very different people with very different skill sets, right? You're going to, a lot of software dev people tend to be more introverted, right? Or that's the stereotype anyway. But you're going to need at least some extroverted people to talk to clients or users, to actually find maybe businesses that might want to use your app. You're going to want some artistic people to design the user experience, to actually make the graphics that will go on your app. You're going to of course want the developers who can actually make the technology a reality. There's all kinds of roles on a team, and the specific roles you have are going to depend on your skill set. Also marketing, a big part of this is actually the 2-minute video at the end. And if you can make that look very good, Google will love you, because they want to use this event for marketing. I like the 16 personalities test. It sort of describes all the personality types, and ideally you'd have a mix of a bunch of different personality types. Generally you want, there's no particular better personality. Every personality is different, and every personality has their own way of leading, or making progress, right? But the important thing is, once more, to have a bunch of different people so you can make your project really come to life. Roles, I mentioned roles. These are some examples of dev roles: front end, back end, DevOps, Q&A, full stack designer. I should have put marketing on there as well, because a marketing role is very necessary for this type of thing. You're going to want someone someone needs to make graphics, and someone needs to make the video at the end look good. That would probably be the designer role. The designer would make the user experience, talk to the customer, and find out what the customers will actually want. Full stack, maybe you want everyone to do everything, right? You have 4 people that all do everything. This is good because it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can do the front end, get feedback on it, back end, get feedback on it, and continuously go like that. But without specialization, it's a little less inefficient when you have to do a lot of work. Q&A, that's testing. You want to ideally, for this project, you want to have a little bit of testing just to make sure your core functions work. Front end, making the user interface sort of function. DevOps, you're probably not going to want DevOps unless you're making something really complicated, or and of course there are, you know, hundreds of possible roles depending on what you're making. If you're doing a Raspberry, I don't know, making something with a Raspberry Pi, maybe you want someone who's organizing that. Maybe you want someone who's actually designing how the cables are going to plug into what, where. Yeah. In terms of team specifics, so we're all on the U Ottawa team, but each actual competition team is 1 to 4 people. 4 members is recommended. I also have another graphics here. That's a very linear perspective. Software is normally more circular. You go through those steps and then you repeat, pretty much forever. But notice how there's a business lead, product lead, design lead. That is a huge amount of work that software engineers or software developers do not want to do, right? They don't want to go out and actually talk to people and figure out what people need. That is, which is why you need people like that on your team, right? And of course, you're going to need software developers as well. Like, how are you going to make something that works, or even know if something works? You know, we all have that family member that's like, oh, you can code? Can you make me like this AI app that can tell how many times I spin in a circle, 20 times, or something like that, right? Where it's doable, but it would take a lot of work and it's not worth it at all. Right? Everyone's got an app idea, but they're not as easy as they seem to be. So a little bit about finding projects. How do you find a project? How do you actually get an app idea that people want, that people need, right? And the solution is to talk to people, find out what their lives are like, you know, find out what struggles they have to go through every day. You know, maybe this guy here, he's having trouble calling his grandma because his grandma doesn't know how to use her tablet. Maybe you want to make a instruction set, an app that, I don't know, that gives instructions on how to use a tablet, right, for old people. That would be helpful. But you're only going to find these opportunities by getting involved in things, by talking to people who are different from what you experience, right? Or what you experience is even better if you experience something that not many people experience, but like enough people that it would be worth it to make. That's that sweet spot where it's not done yet, so there's low competition, and it could potentially be something really, really helpful. So break challenge. If any of you want to try something hard, right? Ask 10 people if they know anyone who wants an app, or if they have an idea for an app that would make their lives easier. Just to do that over Christmas break, just ask 10 people. You're probably going to talk to family members on Zoom, or you probably see your parents for the first time in a while. Everyone's got an app idea. You just need to find out what it is, and also to define the good ideas from the bad ideas. And you know, that's not easy to do unless you have a little bit of knowledge of how technology works. And last, this is my last slide. Here are a couple resources where you can follow us on. Please do at DSC, at DSCU Ottawa, at Facebook, we're DSCUO. Watch out, because there's another Facebook group that's also U Ottawa DSC, but that was the old one. We're the cool new one. DSC.community.dev. That's where you sign up to actually be a member of our DSC unit, right? So to compete in the competition, you will need to sign up at dsc.community.dev. I'm going to type that into the chat. Because that's just a really important link. Yeah, so if anyone has any other questions, now is the time to ask them. Or if you even just want to, oh, sorry, go ahead, Tisham.
Yeah. So does the Facebook have any additional information compared to the other ones, or do they just all have the same like information available?
I would follow the Instagram. The Instagram has a lot of good information. It's kept very up to date. But I don't know about the Facebook one. I don't go on Facebook that often. It might be up to date. I know Instagram's up to date.
Yeah, because I don't even have a Facebook, so like.
Yeah. If you don't have anything, also on Discord, we'll post events. We'll post event reminders on Discord. Yeah.
Hate to butt in. I had a question.
Perfect. Come on in.
Damn, if you, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a moment. If you, what's it called? Base, like, do you have to base the technology you're using for your app or project in Google Technologies, or does it just have to use a Google technology? Sorry, my Google turned on because I said a Google. And it turned on again.
Damn it. Yeah, it is a Google technology to compete, but the rubric, if you follow the rubric closely, then it does. I think there's like 20 points dedicated to how you use Google technology, which, you know, Google wants you using their technology, and they'll give you, you know, stuff to do it.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, if like even then, if you for some reason just hate Google and you don't want to use Google technology at all, well, you need to use some Google technology, but just
Sorry, I don't understand.
okay. And there's my Google. But like React is technically a Google technology, even though we think of it as Facebook. It uses progressive web apps, which is developed by Google. So it's you need to use some Google technology, but it can be anything. Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. I forgot it was part of the rubric.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So what happens after today? Like, what's the next step?
After today, the next step is going to be to find an idea, or find a team and find an idea. So I'm, to be honest, this is the first time we've done this, so I'm still working out, or we're still working out how we're going to do this. But for individual competitors, first next step, find a team, find an idea. And then we'll have, if you follow the Instagram, we'll have another event in January. We might be collaborating with some other universities, actually. So it will, instead of it just being me, we'll have, there's a guy named Tuan and Alex who also might present. Oh, and we might even have a Google representative, which would be neat. Yeah.
Would you guys match like people based on like skill set, like not like level of skill, but like skill set? Like, for example, if like you don't want to have a whole team full of like
if someone asks me to be if you want to be matched, just you need to ask me to be matched. Otherwise you're sort of responsible for finding the group on your own. But for me, for people, if I'm matching them, then yes, ideally I'll match them by skill set. Or if you want to find your own team, once more, we have a channel on Discord where you can post your skill set and see if anyone wants to pair up.
I'm guessing it's the one called Find a Team.
Yep, that's it.
Perfect.
Wow, we can see him typing with the Discord now. Mitra Pereira is typing ...
You
got me.
Yeah, you got him.
I figure I'd do this now before I forget.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I guess I'm out then. Everybody who's here, if you're looking for a team, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, see everybody.
Yeah, nice to see you, Mithra.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
on.
Oh, sorry. I have one more thing to say. Thank you so much for coming. It's really made my night. Yeah, no, it was great talking to you. I personally love this, and I'm so happy that you would hear me speak about it.
This was fun. Well, I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'll see you.
See ya.
If you want to talk about anything at all, feel free now. I don't think anyone else has any questions. Yeah, so for us, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. I really am. But yeah, he says he has an idea. Can I start working on it, or should I wait until February? You cannot start. You can't submit it unless you cannot write any code from February until February. So if you want to make it before then you need to just start. Maybe make a mock-up. I'd recommend making a mock-up to show to people, to make sure to essentially become confident that your idea will actually resonate with people, to make sure that people will use your idea. Perfect. Right. I will post 1 sec. Let me just, okay, my web browser doesn't want to work. But there's the Solution Challenge website where you can find the let's see. Solution Challenge. So at that URL, the one I just put in the chat, you can find much more information about the solution challenge. You can find the terms and conditions are over there as well. So it'll show sort of how it works legally. It's one thing is it says that residents of Quebec can't participate, but they can. It's just because our university is actually in Ontario. We've been told it's fine. Yeah, you're welcome. You can work individually. I highly recommend at least posting in the Discord to see if you can find a team, because it's much harder to stay committed when you're alone, right? If you're in it with a couple people, then it really helps to sort of to persevere through it. Yeah, but I guess technically the answer to your question is, yeah, you can do it individually. It's just a lot harder. Yeah, anytime. Yes, Ahmed asked, could we choose to use our own DSC as the guinea pigs / feedback group if our solution is general enough? You can. If it's a general solution, you're probably going to want just in general as much feedback as you can. If it's super general, you could make like a survey or try to do maybe have a focus group of a bunch of a larger group of people, have like a meeting to talk about what they like, what they don't like. You could use your own DSC as guinea pigs, but it's better to use it. It's better to use people that have no idea how your app works. People should be able to use a user interface without really any knowledge of what the app does. Yeah. So you can once more, but it's not a great strategy to limit it to just your or just their DSC or just their team. What's an exercise in power? Hey,
Oh, just
whatever. I'm sure you can explain it to me some other
sorry,
time.
just dumb joke about like how we're execs and we're like we can use the community as our guinea pigs, which is a crude term to put it.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we could.
We could, yeah, but I mean that would be mean, and you're right. It is better to generalize.
Yeah.
No use like speaking to people
you
that
have
already
to-
know how it works.
Yeah, for sure. You have to do my app or we're not going to do any more events for you. It's over.
If only.
Yeah.
But for real though, I feel like this is a Slack question. I'll ask in Slack later.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. If you guys want to, yeah. I'll stick around for probably 10 more minutes, and then I'll close the meeting. So if you want to ask a question, now is the time to ask it right now, immediately. No, I am not streaming to YouTube. I'm recording. Should be a notification thing at the top. Oh, that's a direct message. Oops.
You know what would be really funny? Like every single person in the group right now who is interested in web dev.
Sorry, it looks like 2 lights aren't available right now.
Okay, thanks, Google. Yeah, that would, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Web dev has grown a lot.
Yeah, because I'm just like looking at the Discord, then to find the team, everyone's just interested in web dev or app
Yeah.
development, etc.
Web dev is popular because it just runs on every platform, right? So that's kind of nice. But there's there's apps that you need any. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and even like a mobile app, you're probably going to have some sort of API that does something.
Yeah, I think it's more that if everyone lists their interests as being web dev and like only web dev, then it's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can see that.
sorry to interject, but is there like a way for people to like, how do I ask this? Like, if you have members of a team that can do one thing, right? And you want like somebody who knows a little bit of web dev to like point you in another direction, or at least like kind of consult with you and tell you what you need to know. Like, is there going to be like a resource down the line for people to do that? Like maybe
So-
not necessarily receive one-on-one consulting, but maybe even just like resources to go in the right direction.
That's kind of part of what I'm here for. If you have any trouble, or yeah, you can email me and I'll find someone that if I know what you want to know, that's great. Or I'll find someone that knows what you want to know. I'll also, or you know, that's one of the things I'll do. I think I put my email in the chat before. Yeah, so you can just send me over an email and I'll find something to do or call. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I figured I've realized now that it's kind of redundant because like you're already like supervising us, so to speak. Because like I was like thinking in the context of like a Discord sub chat where people can be like, hey guys, like if you need help with this,
Yes, that is a great idea. I'm thinking, I've been thinking of having a Discord, an exclusive chat actually only for Solution Challenge contestants, maybe a special flag on Discord where people
the
can.
whole 8 miles or whole 9 yards.
Yeah, exactly, the whole 9 yards, where people can talk. And you know, I emphasize that this is a U Ottawa Solution Challenge team. Like we're all in this together, right? Even if you're working on different projects. So we should all try to help each other out to really achieve our goal, achieve our goals. Do you guys think I need a haircut?
Probably yes.
I think it's fine. Like it really depends on your personal preference.
Thanks.
It's like your mom bothering you about it or something?
No, I'm debating it myself. I'm a strong, independent university student that lives on my own until December. Five more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes.
This one's more of like a joke submission, but because there's very little like ways to find a lot of projects, like you only find the top runners rather than just the smaller universities. Just make a website that like literally searches for all other DSCs and what their projects were and puts it in one place.
That's a good idea. And then try
And
to
put
sell
that as your submission and then just like
sort of like U Ottawa's got the maker repo, but like for all of DSC.
What do you mean?
You've never been on, you don't remember the maker repo?
Wait, hold on. I'm really blanking out here. Sorry.
That website we had to post our engineering design solutions on.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
That was
Sorry.
kind of the idea behind it, but they've deleted so many submissions that it's kind of useless. The nice thing about this too is you keep your source code. You have all the rights to your code.
Like, and you're allowed to like obviously like monetize it later down the line. Now, obviously not.
The only right Google reserves is the ability to present your app for marketing purposes. So other than that, you keep everything.
Yeah, I mean, most of them don't necessarily get monetization, but it's nice to know that Google gives you that kind of freedom.
It's nice to know that if you make an app that gets a couple 100,000 downloads, you keep the money. Or even like 10,000 downloads, you'll probably get something out of it.
I think it'd be pretty funny if Google did keep the rights to your app though. Like
it's all a scam. It's all just Google trying to farm for ideas.
Yeah, this is mass money making strategy.
Honestly, their goal is to get you into using Firebase because if you make apps in Firebase, then they're making more than enough money for the rest of your career.
Yeah, like, hey, use these technologies that we are going to make you pay for in order to make cool things. Definitely no hidden intentions behind that.
I mean, it's not hidden. It's very
Yeah, it's
blatant
not hidden,
what
yeah.
they're trying to do. But you know, if you get to this, the nice thing about serverless architectures in general is if you get to the stage where you're paying a lot of money, then you're making a lot of money as well. Like you could make enough off ad revenue to more than cover it. All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have. So thank you to everyone that's still here. Are you actually there, Greg?
Maybe he fell asleep.
Guess he fell asleep. Oops.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure.
Greg is there. Okay.
Oh, he is there. He is there.
Well, good to know you were
Hello.
listening.
Good to know you weren't boring to sleep in.
Yeah, good to know you weren't sleeping. But I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope to hear from you soon in Discord or email or anything else. I guess good luck with the rest of your semester. I'll see you guys in January.
Hey, who are you on Discord?
I am. Are you on the U Ottawa Discord or the U Ottawa?
Yeah. I'm on the DSC.
The DSC Discord.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Clark, competition lead.
Yeah, that's me.
M92909.
That is me.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to DM me for anything, come on over. Yeah, I gotta go. So I'm gonna end the call now. Thanks for coming and goodbye. Okay.
Peace.